Oh, hello there. Yes, well, it is, isn't it? Yes, it's me and mine and mine and me and my time off. Easter, hooray. Yes, public servant. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to go to work. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a public servant. Anyway, so much for my work ethic. Actually, I am working over the next 2 weeks, but hey, who cares? Anyway, yes, I thought today we'd have a think about the media and various sort of political commentators and their very short-term memory. Yes. A lot of these people will sort of argue emphatically things on a Tuesday that they conveniently dismiss on a Wednesday. So, about a year ago, often used to get people in my comments who would insist that democracy was an outcropping of free market capitalism. Okay then. Free markets, they're good, aren't they? Apparently not. No, what with Trump and his tariffs, they're actually a bad thing. Potentially. Yeah, we'll just conveniently forget about that. And if free markets don't exist anymore across the world, does that mean that democracy will go with it? Well, no, of course not. We're not going to argue with that because it's Wednesday today and that was on Tuesday. And there was a lot of those kind of things as well that is out there from special publications, particularly the Daily Telegraph, but you will also notice a lot of it on things like GB News and Talk TV, whereby the Conservative Party, and I'm going to drift into the Reform Party for those of you that somehow are going to sort of place your trust in Tories Mark II. But the Conservative Party have conveniently forgot that they were in power for the best part of 15 years. The Robert Jenrick, yes, him, a man who oozes empathy at no pause whatsoever. I'm not quite sure if he has pause. But anyway, everywhere you look under Starmer, we have a two-tier country. Dear God. We are now, going to pick up on that, we are now seeing the balkanisation of parts of our major cities and the proliferation of groups lobbying for ethnic and religious interests. Good grief, that would be awful, wouldn't it, if we had a whole bunch of Christians or Jewish people jumping up and down. Anyway, yeah, but you can link down below. You can read this article for yourself, but it's strange the way that he was part of a government for 15 years that didn't seem to do anything whatsoever. And we are now expected to believe that whole Wednesday thing as opposed to Tuesday, that on Tuesday everything was absolutely hunky-dory. If we go back to, 2022, that everything was great and everyone was happy and we lived in a totally unified, wonderful country. But now we just don't, because of 9 or 10 months of a Labour government. And you can see a lot of this stuff on Twitter with the Conservatives posting things up because, having been largely responsible for the destruction of local government, it now appears that local governments under Labour are having a really rough time of it. And apparently all the welfare cuts are awful because the Conservatives, it being Wednesday, have discovered that actually welfare cuts are quite bad. Dreadful, isn't it? Yeah, dear God, eh? The poor. How dreadful it is. Yeah, Robert Jenrick, a man who, we've established the pause thing, haven't we? It's not real. Appalling. And yet, of course, here they are, getting, plenty of slots in the Daily Telegraph, or indeed slots on GB News. But, the other thing about this is, as I pointed out yesterday with your Farages and your Reform, is this idea that you can simply have the same people doing the same things and we might get a different result. Speaking as a public servant, I know a lot of people who have been senior teachers who have their careers destroyed by one bad Ofsted visit. But Robert Jenrick, having been a less than spectacular Home Office minister, appears to be immune to such things. And we can think of other ex-members of the Conservative government over the years. Theresa Coffey comes to mind, and, Chris Grayling, who was a byword for, being moved around to see exactly how much money he could spaff up a wall, to use a particular phrase. Really astounding. It doesn't really matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do on Tuesday because there's always Wednesday. It's always a fresh day to do the same thing except slightly differently. And that's what, of course, we're going to have reform because actually having, unlike those useless Conservatives, we'll cut things the right way. Yes, won't we? And that way there'll be plenty of money for the things that we're keen on. And if you want to buy into that, you are welcome to it, mate. But you have been fooled like that before, haven't you? Anyway, do have a glorious weekend. Rather lovely to have a bit of sunshine yesterday. Luckily, I was at work doing the whole sociology thing. It's no wonder I'm so warped in my opinions. Do have a lovely one. Do have a gorgeous. Get out there and get in the garden and stare at the sun. Not too close. Don't do a Trump, obviously. Have a lovely one.